Very good morning, guys. Today we shall look into a new topic called as electronic data interchange. You call it as EDI. Basically, the word itself says that electronic data interchange. It is nothing but you can transfer the files, data, documents, whatever it might be. It might be the invoice, it might be the bills or some other things that can be moved from one system to another system. Okay, from one system to another system. It might be in the local area, okay, in the sense in the same office, or in some other countries or in some other states. Okay, how can this takes place? So what are the instruments or what are the equipments needed here is that, as you all know, the basic thing is that you need an LAN network, that is local area network, and WAN, wide area network, as well as some internet connections, right? So by these things you can transfer the data from one computer to another computer. It might be the local area as well as in some other parts of the globe. So basically EDI is an electronic data interchange, is an electronic communication system. It provides standards for exchanging data via any electronic means by adhering to the same standard. Two different companies, even in two different countries, can electronic exchange documents, for example purchase orders, invoices, shipping notice, etc. Now, how does this electronic data interchange helps in retailing industry? Say for an example, I am manufacturing some oil products. Okay, oil products like, it might be like sunflower or sun gold or safflower, whatever it might be. If I am manufacturing and my manufacturing unit is located in Mumbai, okay, and the same I have to send my invoice to some other, it might be tax invoice or some other things. I need to transfer that, right? I need to transfer the data. For this, basically you need some softwares and internet connections, and my wholesale or dealers will be located in some other places of the country. It might be in Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Andhra, or it might be in Kashmir or some other places. I can transfer these files through the internet connections from one computer to another computer. This is what the electronic data interchange does. So, when did this electronic data interchange came into existence? In the sense, it came into existence from the first. This came into existence from National Institute of Standards and Technology. In the year, it is defined as EDI, the computer to computer interchange of strictly formatted messages that represent documents other than monetary instruments. I'll give you a slight example what we are doing now. We all use WhatsApp messages, right? When you're sending the messages, you can see a thing called as encrypted. Are you aware of this word? You see this encrypted. Encrypted is nothing but whatever messages that has been exchanged from one person to another person, the data will be safe and secure. Okay, so that no data can be hacked and this data can be seen to others. Okay, in the same manner, whatever you send the messages, whatever you send the invoice, whatever you send the notice, all these things will be basically encrypted, as well as you have a prescribed format for this, that is of ASC 12, that is of Aggregated Standard Committee 12, and this has been developed by the American National Standard Institute. Okay, so how we all have this formats. When you all go with the accounting standards, you have 32 accounting standards Under that, right now 29 accounting standards are performing. In the same manner, this electronic data interchange, we all have this various softwares like Tally ERP9, okay, and various some other softwares to maintain your accounts in the same format. This invoice or this orders or this notices has a prescribed format, and this format has been started by American National Standard Institute in the year of 1979. Okay, later on, this standard format is only to place the orders and to move the messages, but make sure this is no way concerned with the monetary instruments. Okay, other than monetary instruments, no other things can be represented. Okay, now what are the process of data flow of this EDI is that basically there are two persons, one is of sender and another one is of receiver. So what are the things that has to be taken care or to be considered from the sender perception is that you need, the first step is that you should have a proper documentation. Next, outbound translation and outbound communication. Document preparation is nothing but, as I said you, there are various kinds of documents like might be purchase order, invoice, tax invoice, shipping orders or notice, whatever it might be. First you should have the data. Next, after having this data, you should have a prescribed format. What I said is called as ASC 12 standards, that is of accredited standard committee 12. Okay, this is on prescribed format. The invoice or the order or the notice should be in this prescribed format. Next one is of you should have an outbound communication. When you need to transfer the data, you need some connections, that is like LAN or WAN. LAN is the thing where all the systems will be under one roof. The data will be in the same flow. But WAN is of wide area network. When you are transferring data from one branch office to the head office or from one head office to some other companies, then you require a WAN. So these three things should be considered from the sender's perception. Now, what are the things that should be considered from the receiver perception is that inbound communication is nothing but when, as a sender, if I send the data, you should be aware of collecting data, right? You should be aware of collecting the data. How do you collect that? Say for an example, if I call you, even you should be having a phone with you, not the telephone or mobile with you. Only then the data can be exchanged. So the basic thing is that inbound communication, even you need to have some wide area network communications. Okay, apart from that, inbound transactions. Okay, inbound transaction is nothing but you should have that prescribed format software even installed in your computer. Okay, even I'll give you an example. I used to send you all the notes through this WhatsApp or Google Classrooms, right? Many say this, sir, we can't view in this, we can't view in that. I used to prescribe you all to install an WPS Office, right? Or else with Microsoft Office. This is of prescribed formats where the data files can be viewed in the same format. This inbound transaction, you need to have a format called as ASC 12 format, that is of accredited standard committee 12 format software. Next one is of document processing. Document processing is nothing but taking in printouts or having an internal procedures of documenting verification. Say for an example, if I send the data, either you will download that or you store that in your device. So these are the various steps that need to be taken care. Okay, next, as I said, you all, what are the things that you need for this electronic data interchange is of you need an value added networks, that is of WAN. Next is of serial communication, both from the senders as well as from the receivers. You need to have some serial communications. It might be of calls, it might be like fax, or it might be like internet connections, all those things. Next is of internet, is basically you need this internet, because without this internet no things can be transferred, right? You have in various options. There is called as FTP is nothing but file transfer protocol. ASC2 is nothing but it is a prescribed text files format. How you have Times New Roman, all this in the same format. Even this you need to have the software with that. Next, peer is nothing but peer to peer is nothing but all the data can be transferred without a central server. Yes, central server is nothing but that, there is no requirement that you should post your data to some other person and that person need to transfer the data to some other person. You can directly send the data from one person to another person, to whomever you are wishing to send. Okay. Next is that you have a features of electronic data interchange. As I said you all, what are the users of that? The same thing, you have the features here. Please do go through this. If you all have any doubts, please let me know that. Okay. The next topic is of barcoding. The foremost thing that plays a huge role in retail industry is of barcoding. Without barcoding, the work never used to be as simple. The barcoding helps the humans as well as the retail industry to work efficiently, effectively, and more smoothly. Okay. So barcoding is nothing but, you all know this. You all are using Android mobiles. We all are using Android mobiles. How does this barcode helps is that it gets you the exact data. It gets you and manufacturing data, all the things, what is and what not. If a product is manufactured and if you have a barcode scanner, the entire data can be stored at your computers or at your mobiles. So, what are the factors of barcode system in retail industries that evaluate product line? Say, for an example, if I am a manufacturer of some uh, FMCG goods, like fast moving consumer goods, if I am manufacturing that, there will be some various lines, right? You will be having this coriander powder, chili powder, various. You can go with an examples of this Achi, MTR, all those. You have this Jamun, all those powders. So you all know this product line, length, depth, all those things. So when you're having a prescribed tags or an barcoding scanner, all the things can be stored there. You can go with the weight, what is the quantity of that, what is the price of that, what is the manufacturing date, expiry date, brand, manufacturing place, all those things. All this can be evaluated. Next is of decide on barcoding needs. So basically you need to know for what thing you need a barcoding, right? So you all need barcoding for various reasons: to maintain the stocks, to warehouse, to store the products under one line itself. When you all go visit this shops like a big bazaars or departmental or supermarkets or some other places like malls, all the things, all some prescribed, I mean the particular things, similar kind of products will be placed under one department or under one section, so that you can go easily identify that. Say for an example, if you're in need of toothpaste, you'll be having a line or a rack or a shelf to have the similar kind of products. Okay. Next one is of industry specializations. When it comes to actually pricing and shopping around between different barcode systems, the retailers need to use the resources at disposal to find out which one is best for business. Contact an industry association to ask for the recommendations. Is if you're manufacturing some automobile industry, if you're manufacturing some fast moving consumer goods, there is lot of difference in storing the materials, right? So if you're willing to purchase an automobile spare parts, no one will keep that in the malls or no one will sell that, right? But when it is of fast moving consumer goods, all these things will be placed in a mall. So all these things, which barcode is necessary, okay, you all have various barcodes, even uh, Google Pay, online transactions are in a barcode scanner. In the same manner, when you all have different kinds of sections or departments, there will be various barcodes. Next one is of cost considerations. Cost consideration is nothing but, since this barcode, it is a one time investment. If you all invest once, later on there will be a huge advantage to you all, because there is of less requirement of human power. Okay. Next, advantages of barcoding is that barcodes eliminate the possibility of human error. As I said you all that when you all scan the product, when you all do the things proper, that is of scanning the barcodes, there is nothing that human interruption is needed, right? So when there is no human interruption at all, there won't be any human error. Okay, using a barcode system reduces employee training time. Is when you all need an human power, you need to train them, right? So you need to train them, you need to provide a huge salaries for them. But when you all have this barcoding system, automatically the system reads the entire data, no need to maintain some hard copies, all that things will be stored in a system. So this reduces employee training time as well as human interruptions. Next, barcodes are inexpensive to design and print. As usually nowadays, almost because of the supermarkets, all the products are using this barcodes. Next, barcodes are extremely versatile, as this can be used for any kind of necessary data collection. This could include pricing or inventory information, and this additionally, barcodes can be attached to just about any service. They can be used to track not only the products themselves but also outgoing shipments and even equipment. As I say this thing from the beginning, when you are using this barcode, you can trace the products, right? You can trace the products, whether the product is in the shop or whether the product is in the warehouse. All those things can be traced out. In next point is inventory control improves. As this is of basic thing, inventory control improves is nothing but when you all have a proper barcoding scanner, you will come to know what is the stock left in your shop or what is the stock left in your warehouse. Next, barcode provides better data. This is quite general common thing. When you all have this barcode scanner, as soon as you all scan that, the entire data will be transparent there. Next, data obtained through barcodes is available rapidly. This is quick and quite easy, right? As soon as when you all go purchase a product in the shops, you all nowadays we all use this Paytms now, Google Pays or Phone Fee. So it is said that the data or some other things will be available quick and fast. Next, barcodes promote better decision making. Is when you all have this barcode scanner, all the data will be stored under the computer. Manufacturing date, expiry date, rate, price, all the things will be mentioned. All the things will be preserved there. So whichever product is getting older, I mean expired, so the products will be highlighted there. So these are the various advantages of having barcode scanning. Next one is of, you have customer database management system. Customer database management system is nothing but whenever you purchase the product, your data, entire data will be stored. It might be like your name, mobile number, Gmail ID, as well as bank details. Why are these things stored is that for further transactions or for further feedbacks. Say for an example, you go purchase products, you'll be a routine customer in a shop. As soon as you go, when you all enter your mobile number, the entire data will be provided and you will be having some rewards and you will be having some concessions when you are a routine customer of that shop. All those things. For these things, you need a customer database management system as well as to collect the feedbacks, because nowadays we have this online feedbacks. So this helps in maintaining the customer data. So these are the things about today's class. Thank you guys.